Welcome back to the archives. This is where we give you production details about the making of the greatest American hero. In this episode, we are going to focus on a very important sequence from the pilot movie, Ralph's first flight. As many of you know, Magicam, a company located on the Paramount Studios lot, was contracted to perform this feat of visual magic on a television budget. Principal photography for this scene was shot on location in an alley located in Pasadena, California. In scouting the location, it was determined that it would be impossible to get a camera truck up to speed enough in the alley to shoot the background plates that would depict Ralph in a flight the way everyone desired. In this satellite image from 1980, it's easy to see how short the sections of alley actually are. To get around that obstacle, the Magicam wizards built a large-scale miniature based on the real alley. The miniature was set up and photographed in the B-tank on Paramount's lot. The B-tank was used extensively over the years for many productions. Star Trek the Motion Picture was one of those productions and used the B-tank to shoot the scenes that took place on the planet Vulcan. Notice in this behind-the-scenes photo from Star Trek, you can see the studio water tower. Remember it, as we will come back to that tower later in this video. To shoot the background plates, a snorkel camera was used and tracked down the length of the large-scale miniature while panning and tilting to provide the footage needed for Ralph's out-of-control flight. During principal photography, the filmmakers couldn't set Ralph's takeoff point at the spot where the alley really begins because it opens up to a busy street. They needed a closed-off area, so they positioned William Catt at the point where Hugus Alley and Smith Alley converge. This area is the only one utilized from the real location for a flying effects shot. Magicam took their equipment to the alley and used their camera with sensors attached to a computer and shot the background plate with the little boy in the frame, but without Catt. Later, back at the blue screen stage, using the computer, they replicated the same camera movement as Catt took his 3 running steps and was pulled into the air on wires. This way, both the location footage and the blue screen footage matched perfectly together. Cannell Productions could not afford the $2,500 per shot and 3-week turnaround time of traditional blue screen filming and compositing techniques. Their choice was to use a video compositing system to combine the foreground and background together. After transferring the 35mm film to video, Magicam used a compositing system called Ultimatte to combine the images. Afterwards, a process called Image Vision was used to transfer the video back to film for editing into the finished product. It's been reported elsewhere that this process was called Introvision. That is not correct. Introvision was a different technique and was never used in the production of The Greatest American Hero. However, it was used in the making of The Greatest American Heroine. We will cover Introvision and more about the unsold pilot in a later video. Besides the background plate shot on location for Ralph's takeoff, only 3 other shots did not use the miniature alley. Ralph's flying past the Bird Lady's apartment window was shot on stage. The insert of Ralph sideswiping the building's corner was shot on stage, and Ralph's crash into the billboard was shot on location with Dennis Danger Matalone performing the stunt. Speaking of Matalone, we see him in one effects shot during the flight. It's the one with Ralph passing over the camera. This shot was achieved with Matalone mounted on his back and the camera high above passing over him, giving the illusion of movement. The Magicam model builders did a fantastic job in recreating an L-shaped portion of the alley. In spots we can compare screen grabs to the way the alley appears today, and it's easily recognizable as the builders were dead on. Remember the studio water tower from the Star Trek photo? Here it is showing up for a few seconds during the flight, easily recognizable as the same tower. It was decided to shoot extra footage during the blue screen filming of Catt during the pilot. At $75,000 to set up and shoot on the Magicam stage, producers wanted to get their money's worth as ABC had already ordered 7 episodes before the pilot aired. They shot Catt at every possible angle and direction while flying him across the stage along a 65-foot track. This amounted to about 20 minutes worth of film that would be used in both the first and second season of the series. Not many blue screen shots were done for Season 2, except for a handful absolutely needed when a script required a specific flying situation with Catt or another actor.
See you there!
The compositing process eventually changed as Magicam realized their rig was not working quickly enough in transferring the film to video for compositing. The production chose Ruxton Ltd. to start doing the conversion and compositing of the images. Ruxton's Ultimat system rented for about $800 an hour, and each composite shot cost $100 each, still well below the $2,500 a shot for traditional blue screen done on an optical printer. Now, the third season flying was done with a totally different system. A future episode from the archives will dive into that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, as our first location episode is coming soon and will continue to spotlight other production details about the greatest American hero. Thanks for watching.